You know that sound a house makes when it's supposed to be full, but it's empty? It's not just silence. It's a presence. A heavy, waiting kind of quiet. That was the sound in my house that night. My wife, Sarah, was out. A girls' night. Just a normal Friday. She'd kissed me goodbye, her perfume lingering in the air, a scent I knew as well as my own. "Don't wait up," she'd said with a smile that, looking back, didn't quite reach her eyes. I put our son, Leo, to bed. Read him his favorite story about the brave little tractor. He was out like a light, clutching his worn-out teddy bear. I remember standing in his doorway, watching the slow, peaceful rise and fall of his chest, thinking how lucky I was. This was my whole world, right here, within these four walls. I tidied up the living room, folded the blanket we'd cuddled under the night before, and settled into wait. The first shift was subtle. A change in the texture of the night. Her estimated time of return came and went. 11 p.m. turned to midnight. Midnight became 12:30. The rational part of my brain, the one that loved and trusted her, concocted reasonable explanations. Traffic. A late dinner. One more drink. But beneath that, a colder, quieter instinct began to stir. I picked up my phone. No messages. I typed out a text. "Hey, just checking in. Everything okay?" I deleted it. I didn't want to be that guy. The controlling husband. I trusted her. But trust is a funny thing. It's not a wall, it's 1,000 tiny threads. And that night, each passing minute felt like a tiny, invisible snip. 1 a.m. The silence in the house was now deafening. I tried to watch a movie, but the images flickered meaninglessly. All I could see was her smile from earlier, and for the first time, I let myself truly examine it. Was it excitement for a night with her friends? Or was it the excitement of something else? I finally broke and sent the text. "Hey, just getting a little worried. Let me know you're all right." The message showed delivered. And then, nothing. Just that stark, single word. Delivered. The read receipt never appeared. My blood went cold. It's a specific kind of cold, one that starts in your chest and spreads outwards, freezing everything in its path. It's the cold of a truth you're not yet ready to face. I did something I'm not proud of. I opened the Find My Friends app. We'd shared our locations years ago, for safety, for convenience. It was a tool of trust. Now, it felt like a weapon. The little pulsing that represented Sarah wasn't downtown near the bars and restaurants. It was across town, in a quiet, residential neighborhood I didn't recognize. I zoomed in. The dot wasn't moving. It was stationary, parked at a specific address. My heart hammered against my ribs, a frantic, panicked drum. I opened a web browser, my fingers clumsy and thick. I typed the address into a property records search. The result loaded. The owner's name was displayed in plain, bureaucratic text. Mark Higgins. A name I knew. A guy from her office. He'd been to our house for a summer barbecue 6 months ago. I remembered him standing by the grill, laughing, holding a beer. I remembered him complimenting Sarah on her cooking. A nice guy. The world tilted. The floor beneath my feet felt unstable. This wasn't a suspicion anymore, it was a coordinates on a map. It was a name in a database. It was evidence. I sat there in the dim glow of my phone, the quiet house now feeling like a tomb. I thought about our wedding day. The way she'd looked at me, her eyes full of tears and promises. I thought about the vows we'd written ourselves. I thought about Leo, sleeping innocently upstairs. And this dot on a screen was about to shatter it all. I don't know how long I sat there. It could have been 2 minutes or an hour. Time had lost all meaning. Then, I saw it. The dot began to move. It was leaving that address. It was coming home. A fresh, different kind of dread washed over me. She was returning to the life she had just betrayed. She was going to walk through that door, maybe still smelling of him, and step back into our reality as if nothing had happened. I heard the key in the lock. The sound was so ordinary, so familiar, yet it felt like a gunshot. The door opened and closed softly. Her footsteps were light on the hallway tiles. She appeared in the living room doorway, her cheeks flushed, her hair slightly messy. She was still beautiful. It hurt to look at her. "Hey, you're still up," she said, her voice a little too bright, a little too careful. She dropped her purse on the chair. "Sorry it got so late. The girls and I just lost track of time. We ended up just talking for hours at Jessica's place." She walked towards me, leaning in to give me a kiss. I turned my head slightly, and her lips brushed my cheek. The scent of her perfume was there, but underneath it was something else. The faint, smoky smell of a bar. And another scent, a cologne I didn't wear. She pulled back, her smile faltering. "Everything okay?" I looked at her. I looked at this woman I had built a life with, the mother of my child. I saw the lie sitting right there in her eyes, a fragile, terrified thing. "How's Jessica?" I asked, my voice eerily calm. "She's good. She's, same old Jess," she said, a flicker of unease crossing her face. I picked up my phone from the coffee table. The screen was still lit, displaying the map. The route from Mark Higgins's house to ours. I held it up so she could see. The color drained from her face. It was instantaneous and complete. All the artifice, the false cheer, evaporated, leaving behind raw, unvarnished shock. Her mouth opened, but no sound came out. The girls lost track of time at Jessica's place. I repeated her words slowly, each one feeling like a stone I was dropping between us. "Funny. This app seems to think you were somewhere else entirely." The silence that followed was the loudest sound I have ever heard. It was the sound of our marriage breaking. It wasn't a scream or a shout. It was the sound of 1,000 shared memories, our first date, the birth of our son, lazy Sunday mornings, shattering into dust all at once. She finally found her voice, a broken whisper. I can explain." But she didn't. There was no explanation that could unbreak this. There were only tears, and pleas, and a torrent of words that meant nothing. I just sat there, watching the woman I loved disintegrate before my eyes, revealing a stranger I never knew was living in my house. The girls' night out was over. And in its place, in the crushing, silent aftermath, was the moment I knew, with a certainty that was both terrible and absolute, that our marriage was finished.